with Elias Kagumya, representing the Afrexim Bank here in the Brazil-Africa Forum. Elias, I would like to start our conversation asking you about the investments. How do you think Brazil and Africa can increase investments from each other, increasing the possibilities of business in these two regions?
No, thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of the Africa-Brazil Forum, Professor Monte. The African Export-Import Bank has been privileged to be a part of this forum. We've been attending it, I think, since inception. It's a long way for us coming from Cairo to Brazil, but we think that it's a good opportunity. We are behind the vision and we like what the forum is about. Now, coming to the relationship between Brazil and Africa, you know, we welcome the BRICS initiative for two reasons. One, Brazil is one of the major sources of foreign direct investment on the continent. Brazil is one of the main trading partners with South Africa. I think between Brazil and South Africa, there is exports of $857 million and $1.2 billion in imports, just between Brazil and South Africa. Another element of the BRICS is China. China is the largest trading partner of Africa. 70% of trade out of Africa is between Africa and China. Now, because of that nexus within the BRICS, we believe that there's a lot of opportunities that can come from Brazil to Africa in a number of areas, but mainly agro-processing, agriculture. A lot of the agriculture that is taking place on the continent is not mechanized, it is subsistence. And when you look at Brazil over the last 50 years, the transition that has happened from a poor country to one of the top countries now, now joining even the G20, it's been driven mainly because of agriculture and mechanization of agriculture. So that's one area that we as a Afrexim Bank will be looking to partner, because agriculture is key for us as an African continent. A continent that is growing in terms of population. Right now, it is 1.3 billion people. 60% of that is young people. And you see food insecurities, you see challenges with famine, etc., etc. So that's another area that we think we can partner with as a Afrexim Bank with the forum to introduce mechanized agriculture, to introduce more modern forms of farming, so that we can increase our. It's amazing what Brazil has been able to do, from importing food to now the leading exporter of food worldwide. But there are also other opportunities: tourism, services sector, in health, and Brazil is leading in all those areas. So we think that this forum is a good opportunity for us as an African continent to explore those opportunities and grow business between the two.
Okay, thank you. And speaking on agrotechnology, does Afrexim Bank have or are planning something about the share of knowledge in agrotechnology between Brazil and Africa, or any projects that could bring Brazilian agrotechnology to Africa, something in this field?
Yeah. Right now, the bank has a strategic plan. One of the pillars of the bank's strategic plans is industrialization and export development. And under that pillar, the bank has invested in industrial parks and export processing zones. And the focus is mainly on agro-processing. I'll take an example in countries like Malawi. We are partnering with the government on agriculture to develop what they are calling mega farms. This is a project where we bring farmers together into a same ecosystem, provide finance for inputs like fertilizers, finance machinery, farm equipment on one side, finance seedlings, etc., etc. And then on the other side, after production, ensure that there's a market. There are people who will buy their produce. So we're also doing the same in Benin Republic, where we've also supported industrial parks, especially around cotton, to ensure that we support the production of the sourcing of raw cotton, turning it around, and then being able to export that cotton in terms of cloth and finished goods. So those are some of the examples. So because agriculture is key for us as a continent. Today, 60% of the world's arable land is in Africa. 80% of fresh water on the globe is in Africa. So it means that for us, agriculture is critical to the development and economic growth of the continent. And so there are opportunities to partner with Brazil to see how we can support our countries to boost production in terms of agriculture, to be able to feed the countries, but also be able to export.
Yeah. Okay. And concerning the event, the Brazil Africa Forum 2023, what's your opinion about the conversations and the dialogues that has been happening here in these 2 days?
It's a very rich forum, I must say, in terms of diversity. So I'm pleased to see that the turn-up is good. People from different walks of life, especially Brazilian people, coming to learn more about Africa, learn more about the potential. I mean, on the sidelines of the event, I've had the opportunity to meet different people who had what we were able to communicate, especially from my perspective as an Afrexim banker. People hearing about Afrexim Bank for the first time, but also getting to learn about the continent in a different way from what they read in the media and all the other channels. So I think that's a good thing, bringing people together to share knowledge and experiences. I think there are other ways that it can be developed even better. One is working with banks like Afrexim Bank to liaise with business people, either through sponsorships or partnerships, so that we have African businessmen coming here and businesswomen coming here to have direct dialogue on the sidelines of the main forum, so that opportunities can be shared and actually deals can be contemplated, so that out of the forum then you can have follow-up conversations on real transactions. I think that's what's missing for me.
Okay, so Elias, I thank you so much for being here in this event, that I am sure that events like this can approach the both sides of the Atlantic and raise possibilities for the future, for new cooperations and prosperity. Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.